Hello again and welcome to another 5-minute fly the wing in-flight maneuver video. Today we're down at Thermal in this Cub practicing 3-point landings. Now the first thing you want to learn about a 3-point landing is that most tailwheel airplanes sit on the ramp in the full stall 3-point landing configuration. So get used to that sight picture as you sit in the airplane, as you taxi it out. That's what you're looking for outside the windows when you get the airplane just inches over the runway. You're trying to get it to a minimum airspeed, dissipate all that energy you have in the form of airspeed before you let the wheels touch. So minimum airspeed, when we get over the runway, we're trying to stall the wing. We want to keep the airplane off as long as we can, and something that might help you, it helps a lot of tailwheel students, is to try to land on the tailwheel first. You won't be able to because there's not enough energy or control effectiveness in the elevator to do that, but we'll try to do that, and if you think about it, if you try to get that angle of attack where it needs to be. Thermal traffic, green Cub, short final, 1-2, touch and go thermal. So I got a lot of altitude here. I'm still 20 feet off the runway. I just hold it off, keep it going straight with the rudder, and I'm trying to land on the tail wheel first. And what happened is they all touched, and it's a 3-point landing. Keep it going straight with the rudder. So we're starting a good landing, as we always do, with a nice stabilized approach. Airspeed's looking good at 55. We'll keep that coming all the way down to the runway. Get a little low, we'll just add a little bit of power. There's no wind here today, but if there were, you want to correct for that using the rudder to keep the nose pointed at the far end of the runway and the aileron to keep you over the center line. You don't want to ever let the wheels touch in any airplane, especially in a tailwheel airplane when it's not going straight, because that's not going to turn out so well. So we roll out on final. Green Cub short final, thermal 1-2, touch and go. Carb heat comes off, we get it down to the runway, and we just wait. We're holding it off. We're at about the height of a person, just holding it right here, keeping it straight with a rudder. Hold it here, a little back, and the wheels touch, and the stick is all the way back. Feels like there's a little bit of a left crosswind there. Got a little bit up under my wing. Not much. I do see the windsock 2 or 3 knots there. Let's make it a touch and go and do one more. So our goal with the 3-point, once again, is to get it over the runway, dissipate energy, wait for the wing to stall before we let the wheels touch, make sure that the wheels are going straight the whole time. If we've got any sort of crosswind, the stick goes into the wind. We're downwind to beam our touchdown point, looking for traffic, and we're going to make that radio call and start our descent. Thermal traffic, green Cub is wing up, close in, left base, full stop, thermal 1-2. All right, here we come down. There's nobody else out here. We're well below TPA because we're keeping the pattern tight. We're the only ones here. So pitch for airspeed. I've got the trim all the way back as I go base to final. I'm pitching for 55, and that's what I'm going to come in my final approach speed. You can actually, in this plane, do it a little slower. If you try to do 50 when you get over the runway, it'll be a nice landing. There's really no wind here today, so can't blame anything on that. Thermal traffic, green Cub short final, 1-2, full stop thermal. We're over the center line. We're using that rudder to keep the nose pointed at the far end of the runway, and as we come down here, I picked up a little bit of airspeed. Well, what's wrong with that? I'm going to need to dissipate it. Watch how far I float. Another couple hundred feet here. I'm holding it off, slowly bringing the stick back, trying to land on the tail wheel first. It floated just a little there, a little bit of heat of the day. Sticks all the way back. We're back to center line. There's your 3-point full stall. Have fun, fly safely, and get out in a tailwheel airplane and really dial in those 3-point landings in varying wind conditions when you get a chance. I'll see you next time for another 5-minute fly the wing in-flight maneuver video.